differences. It's my pleasant it's my pleasant duty to bid you all a junior welcome. On behalf of our management, Department of MBA, Director Dr. Bamini, faculty, and the organizing team, I extend a warm welcome to one of the most eminent person, Ms. Priya Shakti, Director Operations, Dream Destinations Chennai, on the topic Insights on the Travel Sector for our second day International Student Development Program, the Parad of Excellence. We welcome you, ma'am. I now request Ms. Pujita of Second MBA to introduce the chief guest.
It's an immense pleasure to welcome Ms. Priya Shakti. Ms. Priya Shakti holds her degree in BBM and MCA. She started her career as an assistant professor in the Coimbatore Institute of Technology and moved to IT industry as Oracle Database Administrator for Wipro and worked there as a period of 5 years and later moved to TCS. During her stint in the IT industry, she was deputed to an on-site project as a team lead in Wisconsin, USA. Later, she ventured out as an entrepreneur and established herself in the travel sector by implementing technology in her company Dream Destinations, which is one of the leading providers of travel solutions and customized services for their premium clientele. They operate in major countries such as US, UK, Middle East, Australia, and New Zealand. It's an honor to welcome you, ma'am. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pujita. Thank you, ma'am. It's so nice to know about you more. And it was a very brief introduction, Pujita. Thank you. Ma'am, over to you for the session.
Ma'am, I would like to share the PPT. I think, it's allowed, right, to share it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You can do that.
You able to see my screen?
No, no, ma'am. Not yet.
Just a minute.
Do you need any assistance, ma'am?
Just a minute, ma'am. I'll just do it.
Priya ma'am, you need any help?
No, ma'am. Just a minute.
Okay.
Uh, Ma'am, the jam file is requesting for access.
Probably shared by mistake. Just a check. Just a second. I'll check with the resource person.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am, you can use the present now option. There's a present now option. You can use that.
Ma'am, I'm using that present now, but my presentation is in my desktop. I'm not
Yeah.
able to view that. That is the problem. I'm just trying it. I'll just do it. Please wait
Ma'am, you
for
min
just two
okay, you
minutes.
no, you minimize your Google Meet window. You open your presentation window, then go back to Google Meet and present now. So in the present now, you can use a window.
You're able to see my screen, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
I think you can send it across in a WhatsApp probably or email. So we'll share it for you, ma'am.
I'm just sending it in into your WhatsApp, ma'am. Then just please check if you can share it from your side so that it will be easy. Because I'm not in cloud now. Maybe that is the problem, I believe.
No problem, ma'am. We can share it for you. Don't worry.
Okay. Hello?
Yeah, Priya ma'am? Yeah, now it's
Yeah, I
visible.
think I think now it should be fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is visible. Yeah, it's visible now.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah,
I'm
thank you.
sorry for
Yeah,
taking your time.
that's okay.
Yeah.
No problem.
And as you introduced me, I think I'm presenting Dream Destinations, and uh, here I mean, the topic given to me was about the insight on the travel sector to represent what is there and how is the travel industry now. And of course, let us start on a positive note, like it is going to boom in a drastic manner, coming years, and maybe in next few months, I think we should be having a good boom once this COVID is, I mean, it's not going to over, of course it's going to live with us, and but still we looking on a positive note. So hopefully we all do, I mean, we carry ourselves in a good note on a good I mean, going forward we should be having an positive and also a big boom to this industry. And as you all must be aware about, this is a very niche destination, and moreover it's a kind of what to say, we want to freak out somewhere, and really we wanted to have ourselves out of the I mean, normal the routine work or whatever we are doing on a daily basis. Like I know you as students and lecturers will be undergoing a lot of pressure with all your books around you. Of course books are good, it's our, I mean, day by day to day we need that, but still what I would say is, like, everybody needs a break from their routine work. Of course at least a day we will require, that's how we are, our mind is set to it, right? So tourism and travel comes into that, where we are really what to say, we need a break with our family. We wanted to go away from all of our routine. We really require this sector, and it is also like becoming an what to say, an aspect for everybody to move away from whatever we are doing on a routine basis. Like now this has become a need of the day, need of the hour, you know, because we are under a lot of pressure now. We are all inside the four walls, and we are facing only our family members, and it becomes like a stress for us. It's a stressful atmosphere, and we really wanted to go out. That is what we require. So of course this industry is as such going to be very good in the near future. Though no, it will be a, when, see, for instance, everybody wanted to pursue a doctor degree, an engineer degree, or an MBA degree, or an MCA degree, but they will never think of coming to a travel segment. Even our parents, even our I mean, whoever, it is taught like that. This industry, uh, what is the future you're going to, what is that you're going to do? If you are a doctor, you are an engineer, or an you're under a management degree, or under an computer application degree, you will have a lot of what to say, job opportunities. We are under the impression like that, but still I would like to say that this particular tourism and travel has lot of prospectus in it, but still people are just thinking to how, I mean, thinking to just because our, we are under a conservative society. Even it is taught like that. Okay, it is not like US or UK. Still we are developing, as you all know. We are not allowed, or in fact allowed to choose our passion over here. That is definitely, I think you should all agree with me. I think it is a fact. But still this sector has a lot of opportunities. Even after finishing an MBA degree, even your students can go with that. That is what I would mean, it's upon their interest again. So on a positive note, if you want to go into the subject, uh, what is tourism? Anyone is here to just say a single word about what you know about tourism? Any a single word would also, a line or whatever. What is the essence of it? Anyone knows about it? Any idea? Hey guys, I think you're hearing me.
Yes, ma'am. You're audible. You're here. You're well heard.
Okay.
Guys,
So let
please
me
participate.
myself tell you, like, of course, tourism is the travel for recreational, like fun, as I told you, leisure, for rest, family or business. You know, even they go on business trip and on a leisure or family trip for the purpose usually of limited duration. Of course, when you go for a tour or when you go on a travel, we don't take long, I mean, a year, 2 year like that. Nobody. There are few people they do as backpackers, but actually the restricted definition we can say is like that. It is for a limited duration. Of course, maybe a week, a 10-day or 20-day maximum like that. If you go on a cruise trip and all, it may be like 20-day like that. But whereas you when you go on a normal land trip or whatever, the road trip or air trip, then that should be a week maximum. We will, because of all other constraints which we have, like we cannot travel for a long leaving our regular routine. That is what is the other restriction. So then coming to that, like tourism can be travel outside country, which is international travel. As everyone know, we travel across India, like abroad, UK, US, Maldives, Mauritius, whatever we name, and temporary short-term movement of people to destination outside their resident places. That is what we call within country. Like in domestic, we say that. So that is called as tourism. This is the actual thing. Who is tourist? Of course, who is tourist? We must be knowing. We are the tourists, like as individuals. The World Tourism Organization defines tourist as people traveling to and staying in places outside their usual environment for not more than one consecutive year for leisure, business, and other purposes. As I told you, they are the one who travel for a minimum period, whatever. Okay. So forms of tourism. As I told in the definition itself, the tourism is of three different kinds. Like when we segregate, it is domestic tourism, inbound and outbound tourism. Domestic tourism will be those who are residents of one country traveling with their own country. Say for instance, if I am here in Chennai, if I wanted to travel within our country, like maybe Ooty, whichever is like Queen of Hills, we say, and we go to the North India, our capital city, or whatever, that is domestic. Inbound tourism, travelers of other countries coming to one country. Say it is like those who are from abroad, they wanted to visit India, that is called as inbound tourism. Say for an example, a UK citizen or a European, not necessarily they should be citizen, those who reside in Europe, they wanted to come to India and they wanted to visit India, they are called as inbound tourists. And outbound tourism is like those who travel out of one country, of one country traveling to other country. Say we as Indians, if we feel like we want to go abroad, like Maldives, Mauritius, whatever, the same, all this New Zealand, Australia, if you want to go and explore, then it is outbound tourism. Then the strength of tourism in India, it has rich and varied heritage. The reason why we are having lot of attractions to India, as we know, we all must have learnt in our history and all, like we have lot of heritages and traditions which we are very rich and we are unity in diversity. Of course, the tagline for India, incredible India, we say in many of the buses you could have seen, incredible India. That is, of course, we even ourselves cannot believe that we are like united in spite of a lot of other disadvantages. I know places of ancient civilization, we are one of such countries which have lot of civilizations, and we have been having this from our several centuries, you know, like it's a developing country. Of course, India is a developing country and we maintain cordial relationship with different countries, and we help other countries. Even during COVID, we are the one who were doing lot of medical assistance, in the sense in the form of pharmaceutical assistance and all we were doing. And even, you know, we never say no to anyone. it's a threat, of course, but in certain cases, I can say we are doing good with, and the visas are very easier for us, for those who wanted to visit India. Visas are very easier. It is not tough like other countries. When Indians want to go to abroad, there are a lot of checklists that has to be followed. When we have to go abroad, it is not easy. Not like student maybe because it's income for that country, they are easily allowing and with the papers whichever we have. But as a tourist, if you wanted to go, definitely it has even tourist is easy, but the thing is you have to have proper papers and you have the proper reason, and you should represent everything in a legal manner. That is the only disadvantage. But whereas for India, of course, India will not accept like that anybody, but still it is easy for them to get visa to visit India. And the weakness and threats, of course, it follows with all the pros and cons, as you say. Though we have a lot of pros, I mean advantages, and as you know, we have disadvantages also. Like our weakness is, though we are developing country, we still have poor infrastructure, especially in our rural areas. When a foreigner comes and visits India, they'll feel like South Africa. They are inside South Africa. You can see a lot of cattles and you mean that is just roaming on our roads. When we go, even in our highway, we can see a bull or whatever, it passes the road and we have to stop for it, and that never stop for us. Of course, when a foreigner comes, no, even I had an experience when I was in IT. Our clients used to visit the site, right? I mean, they used to come to India, visit the place, and how they check us, how we work and all. And that lady was literally asking us, what is this cattle crossing the roads like that? They were really like, it was so different for them. In US and UK, you never see such kind of incidents. I think all must have traveled at least once, not only in US and UK, in even any Asian country for that matter, even Singapore, Malaysia, if you go, I don't think a cattle will pass by the road. This, of course, we have a lot of restrictions, but whereas in India, they live with us. We are used to, but it is all like very new for them. And of course, so they think how it is like that, because they must be scared for the rules and all like that. Of course, a point to note is like COVID-19 pandemic. It was a very big threat, and it's a strict threat for others to visit India. Now people are really thinking twice, thrice, like whether it is going, because like the situation how was. Let us not go deep into it. I think we should all forget and move with what we have now. And even the restrictions are there for our domestic travel. Even within India, we have got a lot of restrictions now after this pandemic. And moreover, many places we are like Kashmir, Leh Ladakh and all. People even now think, ma'am, when they ask us, no, they wanted to travel, they ask us what are the North Indian destinations you are suggesting us. When we say we have quite few, like Himachal Pradesh, we say Northeast, we have Sikkim, Assam and all. We just tell them the brief and we say, of course Kashmir is there. But people will say, just even I have undergone such situations. People will say, ma'am, I think it is not good to travel to Kashmir, because such a beautiful place. You can compare it even with the Switzerland, and it's such a beautiful, you have tulips there, you have the it's what to say, it's the absolute beauty, you can say. Such a beautiful state is being affected because of this particular threats like terrorism and all. So major hit it is, of course. And as this goes by, it becomes a major hit for tourism economy also. Of course, we are all, what to say, for past 1.5 years, it is like it's a nightmare for everybody. And environmental development is lacking and still becomes a threat for many foreigners to visit India. Of course, as I said from the beginning, the roads, poor road condition. But nowadays it's all developing. As we are under developing state, I think it should go well. Maybe in the future, everything should change. and competition of other countries, say fast growing neighboring countries like Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand. When an individual first prefers from any other country, Western countries, the list goes maybe at the last for India. They will first prefer to visit Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand. Maybe I that is how it goes. Like when everything is seen, they come for India. But though India has lot of other things which they don't have, only thing is we have a lot of what to say 60-40, like as the development is still like that, but still I think we are much more better than those countries. In the near future we have to show ourselves how great we are. It's all in your hands, all in your future generation hands only. So different types of tourism. When I go with tourism, we can say we have medical tourism, adventure tourism, pilgrimage tourism, beach tourism, history tourism. So there are a lot of tourism like we have which we can do for our clients and like that. So medical tourism is when we go deep, we need not just, I'll touch base with all these 5 or 6 tourisms. Like medical tourism, it is of course very good with Ayurveda, and even people from many other countries, they come to India for treatments. We are good in our medical side. Our doctors are so good, and especially Tamil Nadu, it is very good. The medical tourism is very good, and even Kerala Ayurveda, those stuffs are very good. And even the Arabs, the UAE countries, many people they come for treatments for I mean for Ayurveda related especially. And even the dental thing, it is very cheap when compared to US and all. India is very cheap. Those I don't know whether in the exact citizens they come here with a long way for just coming for our dental factor. But those who are staying abroad, they come here and they do this everything and they go when they come for the vacation. That is there. And adventure tourism, of course, we have a lot of adventure tourism here going on, like trekking we can do, wildlife sanctuaries we have. And for instance, very near to Coimbatore we have Mudumalai. It's very good for trekking and wildlife sanctuaries. And pilgrimage tourism, of course, everybody in one day or other will definitely go for the yatra and all. Like our, even we can send our grandparents, parents for such tourisms like Kasi, Rameswaram, and those comes that in that segment. And Rishikesh, Haridwar, everything. And beach tourism. See, India, as I told you, it's unity in diversity one side and incredible India the other way. It is not, what to say, it is not it is not going to stay away whatever we are having everything. Beach tourism, of course, Chennai is one example, even Mumbai we have, and Andaman, Lakshadweep. Don't believe in Lakshadweep, they are planning to come up with water villas like Maldives. Andaman is such a beautiful place. You have Havelock, Port Blair, where, and you have Neil Island, you have Baratang Island. Lot of beach tourism is there. Those who are not affordable to go to Maldives, they can easily go for this Andaman and then enjoy their vacation and come like that. It is very good. And history tourism, of course, we have the seven wonders. One of the seven wonders. Can anyone say what is the seventh wonder or whatever? One of the seven wonders is in our country. I think you must be knowing. Nobody is interacting, ma'am. I felt like your people will be so enthusiastic and they'll be interacting. History tourism, Taj Mahal, of course, it's very good. That is one of the seven wonders, and a love icon, whatever we can say. So everyone, and once in our lifetime, definitely we would like to go and visit, because most of our, even the recent visit, Trump was the one who really went with his wife to have an tour of this Taj Mahal. I believe everyone are aware of it. So we have a lot of such good destinations in India. And coming to in India, we have certain destinations which is noteworthy, like Khajar often called as India's Switzerland, is a hill station in Chamba district of Himachal Pradesh. It's a very beautiful place actually. I just wanted to highlight it. That's why I just added this slide to make you aware, like even in India, we have such beautiful places to visit, okay? And the initiative taken by government to promote tourism. What are the initiative? Even see, our government is supporting tourism, you know. Modi is much more into it. Like he ensured, like he travels all the way to Mahabalipuram and have the day with the China chief president, prime minister, or the leader of China. So I think the initiative taken by government is good. In 2002, government announced new tourism policy. They had seven mantras, seven S mantras. That is called like all this Swagat, welcome, Sochna, information, Suvidha, facilitation, Suraksha, security, Sahyog, cooperation, Sanrachna, infrastructure, Safai, cleanliness. Of course, those who know Hindi, they must be knowing. So we are here to welcome and give information, facilitate, and have good security for those, because when someone travels to India, they should be treated like our own family and sent back safely. Of course, that is necessary in this pandemic and threat situations. We cannot make others to risk their lives for the sake of them coming. This is just an example. I'm saying almost every time we need that, because we have also undergone a lot of these terrorist activities in Mumbai and all. Let's not go deep into it. So we need cooperation. Infrastructure is of course necessary. A foreigner wants to come and stay in India, they expect some basic amenities like cleanliness. Of course, they wanted good rooms, they wanted everything to be neat and all, like. So this is what our India government is just have promoted already in 2002 itself. They have got all this policy implemented. And other major domestic attraction, as I say, like Sunny Signapur, must have heard everybody. Like it is in Maharashtra. It is around 35 kilometers from main city. Like doorless homes they have. Even now there is no doors at their homes. You don't believe. நம்ம ஒரு நாள் வந்து we cannot close our doors and open our doors and go. It's of course just 10-15 minutes we are having a lot of threat, you know. Now this doorless homes are amazing. Like even I was like, when I heard, when I came into this industry, when I learned all this, I was really stunned to notice that such things are there. Because normally when we are into different stream, we don't go much into another stream like history and all, right? Of course we will not go get into it. Why should? It's not our subject. But it's good, like we learn more, you know. It helps us in one day or other. Queens of hills like Ooty, Muna, Kodaikanal, and Himachal. I mean, I'm just telling you, these are all the hill stations which everyone are aware. Just these are some of the attractions. And haunted city, Bangra, Alwar district of Rajasthan. It's really, what to say, a thriller. When you go watch a thriller movie, how it will be, the similar kind of things you can, those who want to go for an adventure, they can take this kind of trips. And Andaman, as I told you, they are very good compared to Maldives, and Lakshadweep is one is upcoming. And major international countries, even as a tour operator, we do all these countries like Maldives, we do Mauritius, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Dubai, Senkan countries, USA, Canada, UK, London. Of course, Senkan countries, you must be aware, Europe, though it's classified as one country, UK is a different country. That is London. UK is different, and Schengen countries are different. They are around 14 Schengen countries in the list. That includes few I would like to mention here: Germany, Spain, like that. It comes Schengen countries. They are all Schengen countries. Okay. And Lord, this, as I heard from the director, ma'am, Bamni ma'am, like your MBA students, they undergo logistics as a separate stream and analytics. So though I'm not into that, I just want to touch base logistics. The activity of organizing, of course, the movement, equipment, and accommodation of troops, I'm sure whatever I say is to be correct. And commercial activity of transporting goods to customers. This is what logistics is a major MIB students they do. Even in MBA now it has come as the thing. And in travel terms, we also involve transportation provided to customers by train, air, and bus. So this is what we call as logistics actually, the transportation of passengers. But I know the actual terminology for logistics is for those who transport their equipments in bulk, like export, import, those stuffs will come under this. I believe whatever, like that's a different subject actually. I'm not going to in depth into that. Just wanted to just touch base this, okay? And Aditi Devo Bhava, of course, in any of your service industries, not only in service industry, customer is God. Like we have to treat the customer. Once the customer, satisfied customer is the wealth of our industry or whatever, wealth of the particular business. They'll refer, they'll come back, and they'll give of course good feedback. Every day we wanted to do something new. Of course everyone are running towards a goal, and but still af- we feel like I think we wanted to do justification for whatever the work we are doing everywhere. I mean, not only in this field, I'm saying, even in the other fields, like people wanted to do justification. Everyone meets as one day or other their clients. We need to satisfy them. That is where we stand, and service is more important. See, monetary is of course important, but the it comes second. I feel like everyone wants money for their basics and survival, everything. But still, when it goes for and what to say, the motto or whatever, the first place goes to customer satisfaction. So once the satisfied customer is an asset for the company. So of course everyone wanted to do that. And this you even as an MBA student, if you are going to start a business or you are going to work for a company, or you are going to do your own freelancing things, whatever, no, you know ensure that you satisfy at least one client a day. They'll be your asset tomorrow. So see, of course you bring in new clients, that is different, but this is what is the mantra that we have to keep in mind and work forward. And thanks for such a good opportunity. In this pandemic, I was able to meet such good souls and give some piece of information which I had with me, and share it with you guys. Of course, I'm happy for that, and I'm very thankful for your institution, Bamini ma'am, and all your faculties, and the students for patiently listening my speech today morning. I think I did not bore you guys. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you once again. And coming to the opportunity, it's a good field, but it's all again your passion. I can't compel now what to say, an MBA. Of course, many people, there is a tourism MBA itself has come. That is tourism and hospitality. You have them, your electives or your major stream must be there. Like it's all your passion to move to this industry. If you're into logistic, maybe you can try how good it is. Only thing is you have to interact with individuals daily, and you have a lively atmosphere. See, the difference I had was, I'm a person who's very friendly and who just speak like that when even though I don't know whom I'm talking to, I just say hi and they come and talk to me. I'll share something with them like that. But it's all your individual decisions. This is a good field. When I was in IT, I was with the computer only. I used to sit in the morning 9 o'clock, and it goes even 24 hours. Sometimes we used to sit. I don't know for what we sat. Even now, when I recollect and see, after this COVID, we see everything is like, okay, this is life, how we are going. So it's like that it was. But now after coming to this industry, I have a personal satisfaction. money is different, monetary term is different. I have a personal satisfaction. I'm able to get an appreciation directly from a client. I'm able to serve somebody. I'm able to see the happiness in their face. I'm able to explore new destinations. I'm able to visit, I'm able to know people. I'm able to meet people. So these things are very, very good here. And it's all one's individual idea and decision and interest again, how you are going to pursue your further career and all. So I wish you all the best. Once again, I thank one and all here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, we would like to hear from our director, ma'am.
Thank you, Priya ma'am, for joining us today and throwing light on the travel and tourism industry. And it was a fun session for the students. Like you said, we need some kind of relaxation, and I'm sure students enjoyed today's session away from their, regular classes. They were able to see some of the destinations and hear from you your personal experience. It's a very good chance for them to, even explore their career in the travel and tourism industry. So thank you for your time. And I throw the floor open now for questions from the students.
Does anybody have any questions? Please mute and speak.
Ma'am, I do have a question.
Yeah, please.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning,
Uh,
ma'am.
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can you suggest any safest places during this pandemic season to travel
You're
within our
asking within
country,
India
ma'am?
or abroad?
Yes, ma'am. Within India, ma'am.
Within India, for
And
now, Himachal, Northeast are all going good. Even see, few places they are asking your PCR test to be negative. For instance, Northeast, you need PCR test to be taken before 72 hours of your journey, which is has to be negative. Uh, and Rajasthan, one dose you have to have a jab. I mean, one jab you should have had. Two doses are there, no? And that one is there to be mandatory. Himachal and all you can travel, and any other country like Coorg, Wayanad, everything is open up. Like you, there is no restrictions as of now. It's all like your personal thing. Then again, like how you feel, like whether you wanted to really travel, you can definitely go ahead.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, ma'am. Is
thank you,
there
ma'am.
anybody else?
Welcome, ma. Thank you.
Anyone with a question? Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Tour is something that everyone will think of it. It's a leisure activity where we learn a lot without sitting inside the classroom. And you shared a lot of information about tourism. Now it's like everyone will start planning at least for a day tour.
Yeah, please
Thank you.
contact us. We are here to
Yeah,
help you. In fact,
sure, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you for your
yeah.
time, ma'am. And
Thank
I'm
you so much,
sure
and it was really a pleasure for me. Like I had real good time with you guys after long, long days. I mean, you have been interacting with our clients, but still, I'm sorry for the first few minutes which I took your time because
not a
I
problem,
the
ma'am.
file I was unable to share it. I'm sorry about it. Thank you.
No worries, ma'am. Thank you so much for your time, ma'am. And we came to know about what are the different types of tourism, and how it is taken forward even during the time of pandemic. It was great to get connected with you, ma'am. Thank you so much, and we'll
Yeah,
be in
sure.
touch with you, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much and have a great day ahead.
And
All
for
the
the
best,
vote of,
guys, for your future. Good luck.
yes, ma'am. And for the vote of thanks, I would like to call Saira.
Happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light. Respected and our most distinguished chief guest of the day, Ms. Priya Shakti, respected principal, our beloved director, honorable faculties, and my dear friends. It is my privilege to propose a vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of those who worked hard to make this program such a resounding success. Today, my words are not enough to express the gratitude. On behalf of the MBA department, I express my heartfelt thanks to our chief guest, Ms. Priya Shakti, who spared her time from her busiest schedule to grace the occasion. Today, we had an opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this will surely be going to encourage us in our future events. I also wish to express my gratitude to our principal for providing encouragement and support. I am very grateful to him for giving an opportunity to organize this event. I am happy to express the vote of thanks to our beloved director, ma'am, for her support and guidance, and our faculties who have made this program a successful one. Last but not the least, I thank all my fellow mates for showing their interest in this program. Once again, I thank all for your cordial cooperation. Thank you.
Thank you, Saira. Thank you for your nice words of gratitude. Thank you, everyone, for joining the session.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow for another session at 10:30. All are requested to join by